Miss Charity, Miss Teen Cinderella, International Miss Teen, and Miss Photogenic Queen won. Can't remember the other ones.
Now Sophie's upping her game and heading to Texas to compete in one of the biggest child beauty pageants in the world.
It's like way different to our pageants here. Especially because I'm just a little English girl and I've never done any of that before, so it'll be a lot harder for me.
But until very recently, Sophie had no interest in pageants at all. How did this shy music scholar become obsessed with being a beauty queen?
Sophie's 13 years old. She's probably in some ways a typical teen. She's very confident. She's very, very fashion conscious, very, very focused on her appearance. She's got long, dark brown hair, quite a pale, sort of ivory complexion, and she's very, very pretty. I can't even see you. You must be there.
I'm not even out yet. They haven't even said she just holds.
Sophie's an only child. She lives in County Durham with her mum and stepdad.
Oh, there we go.
Her obsession with pageants began a year ago, when she was the surprise winner of Mini Miss UK, one of Britain's biggest child beauty pageants.
When we were waiting, because we've been standing on that stage for so long, smiling, it was just like permanent, like proper aching here. And then after they said that I was the winner, I was just standing there and I couldn't believe it. And then obviously I went forward and they put the crown on my head and stuff. And then just all of a sudden, all the cameras were on my face. I was just like, woo! And it was really cool.
When they called her name, I was not expecting that at all. And just couldn't believe it, but was just so pleased for her, just absolutely thrilled for her.
Once she'd won that one, I knew there just wasn't going to be any stopping then. Just unbelievable.
But I didn't expect to win, so I was just thinking I'm doing it for the fun of it more than like to go and win, so I wasn't really bothered that much what happened, but now, like, if I go to a pageant, I want to win.
Sophie hasn't always been interested in pageants.
Do you remember that one?
Until a year ago, she was a studious pupil at a prestigious girls' school where she won a music scholarship.
Stop being awkward.
It's disgusting.
I think you look very pretty there. And what was that, a school council badge you had on?
Just because I wasn't there then, right?
So that's you there. You never quite made it to librarian though, did you, darling?
At my old school, I was like nerdy and boring, and I didn't care about what I looked like. I was just like, yeah, I want to do my homework and stuff like that. I never used to have any time for myself. I used to always just be like, work, work, work.
Looking back, she was just overworked. Just too many expectations, too high expectations. She was doing rehearsals all the time. She was rehearsing in breaks. She was rehearsing at lunchtime. She was staying late at school nearly every night. She was quite often going in on a weekend. Her teacher kept saying, I wanted to be grade 8 by 13. People aren't normally grade 8 till they're in sixth form. Look at that. Oh my God. I think she was probably feeling quite inadequate and feeling as though she wasn't good enough. A lot of the time there was so much competition and it just became too much.
Last year, Sophie's mum made the decision to take Sophie out of private school and move her to the local comprehensive.
We put her into our new school in February and she settled in so quickly. She settled in straight away. She made some lovely friends and she's really, really happy now.
I don't get homework now, so I have lots more time, and like, I don't do after school stuff. I just do pageants and dancing, and I get a lot better. Being known for doing well at school, you get like proper nerded up, don't you? Everyone calls you a swat. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, you swat. And like, if you're in...
That's just our school, isn't it?
But that's like everywhere, isn't it?
Do you think if you are brainy, you have to like pretend not to be?
Yeah.
You do that.
Really?
Yeah, yes you do.
I have to do it in music, otherwise you call me Lisa Simpson.
It's a much more relaxed school that she goes to. She's not as hard working as she used to be. I can't lie. She's not as hard working. Does that bother me? Yes and no. It does to an extent, because I don't want her to not bother and think that an education isn't important. An education is important. But she's still a bright girl there, and she's happy and she's healthy, and that's more important than anything. That's more important. Exam grades are important, but if you're not happy and you're not healthy, it's pointless.
I'd rather be known as pretty than a nerd.
And why is that?
Because more people fancy you. No, but it's true. Come on.
Yeah, it's true, but...
Well, you don't want
that can be a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah, but you would rather people go around saying, oh, she's hot then. Oh, look at that nerd. If there's like a proper pretty person here and an ugly person there, who would you automatically go and talk to? Pretty person. Exactly, so that's the way, it's just, I don't know. It's wrong, it is wrong, but it's just the way it is.
Since she started entering pageants, Sophie has won 17 titles.
That's my mini Miss UK crown. That's like my first ever crown. After I won that one, I was just like, right, I need to do more, I need to do more, I need to do more. And then I found other pageants to enter and I started winning them and I was just like, right, carry on, carry on. I got 12 sashes, 6 crowns, 3 trophies and 1 sceptre. This is the first sash that I ever got. And then this is a pageant where I got prettiest hair as one of the optionals. It's like all the hard work you put into, it's like paid off for something because then you're coming home with like a prize and money and a new title and a crown and stuff. This is my Cinderella crown. This is the crown that I got with the tourism one, so I wear this when I do appearances. And then all the time when you come down, you look at your crowns and you think, oh, well, I put all that work in and I won that. Not many people can say, oh, yeah, I got a cupboard full of crowns.
Have the pageants sort of changed you in some way?
Yeah, I've got like a lot more confidence now than I did before I did them. But like, I want to move to bigger ones in America.
So what do you know about the American pageants?
They like big hair and lots of makeup and stuff. The girls like in my age group have been doing this since they were like little and like over 100 pageants and stuff. So I think it'll be a lot harder. So I just have to pull my socks off. Come on, Soph.
Because the standard of competition is so much higher in Texas, Sophie's mum has employed the services of a pageant coach. They've travelled to Bury St Edmunds to meet Melissa Benkei, a former Miss Florida who now coaches British girls in the art of American pageantry.
There's a massive difference between the scene in the UK and American beauty pageant scene. In America, it's like a profession. They spend years and years preparing, and they hire coaches, and they have fantastic wardrobes, and I would call it a profession. Okay, shall we do your modeling?
Yeah.
With lovely posture?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Now, what I do with my clients is I take a plank of wood, put it before them, and they have their heels on. And what they do is they walk on that plank. It's called the straight beauty model walk. And it will line their feet up so they have the perfect pageant walk. Refresh your smile. Beautiful, Sophie. You know what, though? Your smile still looked real. It was natural. Good job.
Yay.
Here's another American tip. The Miss America pageant wave is like so. We do elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wrist.
That's all I have.
Yay! The only thing I would say is when you're doing your walks around, just kind of make them, saucy, like put a spring in your step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good! Just kind of walk. It's kind of pro-am. And if you want
On top of the costs of the Texas trip, Melissa's pageant coaching session is setting Sophie's mum back £70.
better. Much better. There you go!
The pageant circuit isn't an expensive thing. But there's lots of other kids out there with expensive hobbies.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yay!
I'm allowing her to do this because she enjoys it so much and because I've seen the change in her, just the way she is and how much she enjoys it, how much she gets out of it and how much her confidence has increased.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've always said I wanted one child, preferably a girl, and I wanted to give her every chance and every opportunity, so I'm doing what I said I would do and you'll never hear me complaining about that.
4, hit, 6. Good. 1, 2, drop, and step, turn, big finish. Good! High five. Well done.
While Sophie and her mum busy themselves with preparations, stepdad Ken makes himself scarce. He won't be going with them to Texas.
These beauty pageant things, I mean, they're not for me, but I'm a bloke, I'm a 46-year-old bloke. But sometimes I do ask, do you want us to give you a hand with such and such, do you want me to do this? No, it's all under control. You'll just mess it up. You just sort out the transport, fine. And that does me, I'll do the transport, that's great, It's a massive change for me. No, it's just a twig. Sophie used to come everywhere with me. She used to come fishing with me, etc., etc. And now it's a case of whatever I suggest, it's usually met with a no. You know, I'm not doing that, Dad, I'm a girl. You know, and at the end of the day, I'm a bloke. Like I said, I think it's more difficult for me because obviously as Sophie's growing up, when it comes to shopping trips, it's Mum and Sophie going shopping, and I feel a bit left out sometimes.
In a way, they're quite a tight-knit team, aren't they, Joy and Sophie?
Yeah, very tight. Yeah, very tight now. Well, I have to be the two females together, you know. So that's the way it happens, unfortunately.
With a week to go before the trip, Sophie's attention turns to perfecting her pageant look.
I want one of them Fabulously Wills hoodies.
What are them what?
They're Fabulously Wills hoodies. I need spray tan, nails, facials, and like eyebrow wax and eyebrow tinted. No, I want that one.
At the top.
I want that. Possibly eyelashes tinted, and then often put semi-permanent eyelashes on and get my hair dyed. I've got to do a signature bracelet. I want another one. There's quite a lot to do.
Sophie's mum's job as a beautician means that Sophie always has her own personal stylist to hand.
I'm just tinting Sophie's eyebrows for her. It's nothing special. It's not, I mean, we're doing it for the pageant, but it's something that she just has done anyway, really.
What do you think the points of beauty pageants are?
It's fun. I think, like, if you didn't have any competitions at all when you're younger, then when you were an adult and stuff, you'd just be like, whoa, and like lost. So I think it's good that there's competition when you're younger and stuff.
I mean, obviously, there's always going to be people that disagree with beauty pageants. But actually, if a critic went along and saw this pageant, what they would see is young girls dressing up, feeling absolutely fantastic.
I want them darker.
A lot of girls don't get an opportunity to dress like that, to feel $1 million, to have their hair done, to have their makeup done. They go out onto that stage feeling fantastic. They really do.
Darker, please.
A little bit darker.
The Universal Royalty National is one of America's largest child pageants, and competitors have travelled from as far as Colorado and California to compete today. It's run by Annette Hill.
Universal Royalty Beauty Pageant is a very prestigious pageant system right here in the U.S. We love the high glitz. We love very confident contestants, lots of bling, lots of shine, lots of smiles, and lots of aggressive attitude. The ultimate Grand Supreme winner wins $5,000 cash. $5,000 cash, and it will be fanned right in front of the winner. Hello.
Hi.
Who do we have here?
This is Sophie.
Sophie?
Yeah.
Watson.
Yeah.
Sophie Watson from the UK.
Yeah.
Wow.
Child beauty pageants are big business in America. Today, contestants are paying $500 each to enter. In total, there are 55 girls competing, aged between 4 months and 16 years. In order to be in with a chance of winning the grand cash prize, Sophie must beat all the other girls in her age division.
So there we go. There's 6 in Sophie's age
Debbie.
group. Sophie and 5 others.
First comes first.
Well, let's hope.
It's going to be a different show from what Sophie is used to. And from my understanding, she wins a lot up there in that area. But, you know, from the UK to the United States, it's going to be totally different.
What do you think of the others?
I don't know, they're cool.
It's hard to tell from a photo. I mean, they all look very pretty, but then until you actually get on stage and start seeing them competing, it's just impossible to tell, really.
Today is a big event in the American pageant scene, and Sophie will be sharing the stage with some of the country's best-known child beauty queens.
We're going to start with a beauty. Ready, contestant number 5.
Eden Wood is a 4-year-old from Arkansas who's won over 100 titles in her short career.
Lots of giggles. Let me hear them. Sweet kiss. Big kiss. Yay! Give me 5.
My name is Mickey Wood, and this is my little Eden Wood. And we've come all the way to Austin from Taylor, Arkansas, population 566, very, very small community, and come to be a part of Universal Royalty National Pageant. We want to win that $5,000 prize.
We're going to pretend like we have an X here.
If you're going to do it on a national level, you have to play the game.
Do our last X over here, okay?
This is one of the things that we use with Eden. We slick her hair back, and then these go in the back, and you bend them all around, and it's just a real funky look. It's just a wild look, and, you know, big hair, makeup, glitz, the more foo-foo, the better it is. And, girl, that just fits right into my little world because I am all about some foo.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing this afternoon? How are y'all doing this afternoon? Are y'all ready to get this pageant started? Okay.
The pageant begins with the younger age groups. The standard of competition is high, and many of the contestants' parents have spent hundreds of dollars on the outfits.
Haley Hogan. Santa Brewer.
Sophie doesn't have a new dress for the occasion. She'll be competing in one she's worn numerous times before.
So how do you think Sophie's natural look will cut it?
I've got no idea, absolutely no idea. Maybe the judges will love it, maybe the judges will hate it. I really don't know, but this is her, this is what she looks like, so this is the way she's going to compete. If they don't like it, well, that's their lookout. This is what she looks like.
Okay, we are getting ready to start the 11 and 13 age group.
Here we go.
All ready to go.
What do you think? Yeah. What's your dress on the door?
That's fine.
Girls, are y'all ready?
There are 6 other contestants in Sophie's group. Although they're all experienced, the hot favourite is 12-year-old Sydney Stevenson, who's been winning pageants since she was 4 months old.
All the way from the UK, Miss Sophie Watson. Sophie has brown hair and big brown eyes. Sophie enjoys dancing and singing and, of course, hanging out with my friends. Okay, our last contestant, coming from Colorado Springs, Colorado, Miss Sydney Stevenson. Miss Sydney enjoys all-star cheer, volleyball, and of course, talking on the telephone. One last time, audience, let's give them a big round of applause. You know what? Do you think somebody from this age group is going to win $5,000 cash? What do you think? Somebody is going to win it.
Do you know, it was weird because the Americans, they really weren't as kind of slick as I thought they were going to be. We were expecting a really, really high standard. They were okay, but they weren't as good as I thought they were going to be, to be honest. She was really confident on stage, really did it the best that she possibly could have done, so you can't ask for any more than that.
The contest continues for several more hours, with a dazzling array of rounds, showcasing the contestants' spectacular outfits and varied talents. Finally, the judges are left to count up their scorecards in preparation for the grand crowning ceremony, which takes place tomorrow.
Nothing. I just ate cookies and cream and got up, and I don't want to come home.
Well, I suppose it's nice and sunny there, is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's chucking it down out here.
Ha! Unlucky ducky. Today I'll be nervous because it's my first time over here, but I have like a 1 in 55 chance.
And just tell me what it is they're looking for, what the ideal beauty queen is.
But like, I suppose people would say the ideal beauty queen was like someone who was pretty, but like nearly everyone's pretty really. Someone who like had lots of confidence and had a good personality and just really enjoyed what they were doing. Like, it wasn't forced and it wasn't like parents weren't pushing them, they really like wanted to be there.
Why do you want to be a beauty queen?
I want to be a beauty queen because it's fun. And like, I don't know, it's not just, I didn't do pageants just so I could go, if I win one, I'd be like, yeah, I'm a beauty queen. I did pageants because I get more friends and like, obviously get to go over here and like, it's really fun and I get more confidence and stuff. That's why I did pageants. People who don't do it don't understand what it's like and they just think, oh, you just put a bit of makeup on and go and prance around on a stage, but there's a lot more to that. You have to practice really hard and you have to choreograph all your routines and then you get nervous and then you got to work through that and then you still got to be confident and then if you don't win, you still got to be happy and stuff. People who don't do it just like don't understand that it is actually hard work sometimes. They just think it's all nice, pretty dresses and makeup. But part of it is.
While they wait for the ceremony to begin, even the most seasoned competitors are getting twitchy.
All in all, I would say we had an awesome weekend. It's just all up to the judges, and we'll find out tonight. I'm nervous.
The evening begins with the awards for the younger age groups.
How's everybody doing today? You know what? One person is going to win $5,000 cash tonight. Our Universal Rolley Photo Composite $60 cash winner is Miss Eden Wood. Photogenic goes to Miss Eden Wood. Talent goes to Miss Eden Wood. Miss Congeniality goes to Eden Wood.
Next up are the 11 to 13s.
No one else from England's come to America and actually won a pageant. If I win, I'll be like really, really happy because all the work that you put into it and all the money you spent and all the time is paid off because you've got what you want.
Audience, let's give all of these contestants a big round of applause.
I've always won, so I can't really remember what it feels like not to win anymore.
Most beautiful goes to Sydney Stevenson. Photogenic goes to Sydney Stevenson. Talent goes to Sydney Stevenson.
So far, a disappointing result. But the crown for the queen of Sophie's age group is still up for grabs.
Our Universal Rolley Queen is Miss